Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you back here. So today we'll be talking about everything working as a student here in Germany. If you're thinking, is it allowed to work? How many hours can you work? How much money can you make? How does it affect school? And so much more. So today that's what we'll be tackling. So let's get right into the video. First things first, if you're thinking, is it allowed to work? Of course, it's allowed to work. You're allowed to work in Germany when you come here as a student. When you apply for the resident permit, you get your resident permit alongside your work permit, and your work permit normally states how long you're to work, or how many hours you can work a week, or how many days you can work a year. So generally, as a student in Germany, the regulation states that during school time you can work 20 hours a week, or you can work 120 full days or 240 half days a year. So it depends. If you're doing a part-time job, then you can work 240 days, but if you're doing a full-time job, you have to do 120 days. I'll explain more about the full-time and the part-time jobs, because it's important to know that normally you're not allowed to work full-time as a student here in Germany, but this full-time applies to things like maybe if you're doing your academic internship or during the holidays. So the period when you're not having school, or when you're not going to school full-time, usually that's around June, July, August, it depends. You're allowed to work full-time. You can work as much as you want then, but never forget, you need to respect the 120 full days in a year, or 240 days if it's a part-time job. Usually, if you work more than this stipulated amount of time, you are going to face certain consequences. So I advise you not to do that. It's not important to do it. I know some people that did it, but don't do that. Don't, like, the German government will get you, and you're going to lose a lot of advantages when it comes to being a student, and it can go to very serious consequences like your resident permit being denied a renewal. So it's not worth it. So that's it about the hours and the number of days. How much you can get as a student depends on the type of job you're doing. Normally, most jobs here will pay the minimum wage, if not all jobs. In general, the minimum wage is 9.35 euros as of January last year. So no matter what you do, you're going to at least get paid the minimum wage of 9 euros or 9 plus euros. So yeah, expect to get around 450 to 1,500 euros from a job. That's after taxes. It depends what you're doing. Yeah, because for example, very simple jobs like I don't know, working in documentation, or cleaning jobs, or maybe working as a research assistant, depending the number of hours you do, can get you up to 450, or can get you up to 1,000 or 1,500 and even more. This amount will be taxed depending on if you are earning above a certain level. Generally here in Germany, if you get an income of between 1 to 450 euros, it's not subject to any form of taxation, so you get all your money. But the moment you get as from 451 euros, this amount is subject to tax. So now I want to talk about the types of jobs and the salary expectations you could get. The jobs can range from the lowest to the highest type of jobs. It just depends on a number of criteria, like if you meet certain eligibility requirements, like maybe if you know how to speak the language, it makes it easier for you to get certain types of jobs. Maybe if you're like a qualified scientist or something, it makes it easier for you to also get certain kind of like research assistant jobs, or yeah, scientific assistant jobs. So it just depends. I'll just give you a highlight of some jobs where you can work, and the minimum hourly rate you should expect. You can work in a documentation, for example. You will be required to know German because you're going to interact a lot with Germans because you're in Germany. So you can expect a salary from between 10 to 11 euros per hour. The next job you can do here is a research assistant job. So research assistant jobs are usually given mostly to, I'll say, high performance students in school. When you perform well, sometimes you can just be automatically offered a research assistant job without necessarily even applying for it. So that's an incentive for you to work hard. And research assistant jobs are generally paid well. They can always range from between 12 to 15 euros an hour, even 16 euros an hour. So it's actually a very good way to make some income and not stress a lot, because you stay in your lane, right? You stay in what you are actually studying. You're able to add that to your CV that you're a research assistant, and that is looked highly upon here. So next thing is a student assistant job. It's almost the same thing as a research assistant job. You perform almost the same task as a research assistant. The difference is maybe you have additional administrative tasks like helping out students or answering mails and phone calls, helping out with application procedures, many stuff like that. So yeah, I wouldn't talk much about it. It's just about the same thing. But sometimes you are paid a bit less. It also ranges from 11 to 14 euros an hour. Most of the time you get 12 euros an hour or 13 euros an hour. Still in the same category, you can be a VEC student. You can just be a VEC student is a working student where you are actually working in a company, but you work the number of hours. So it's not like an internship. It's like you're a worker, but you're a student. So you stay within the number of hours you're allowed to work as a student, but you're working in a company. Many people do get jobs like this. They start as a VEC student, and then they graduate and they just stay in the same company. Many people do get it, but many people don't. So it's not a guarantee. It's just many people are lucky, especially when it comes to people that work in the fields of IT or biotechnology or the science fields. Most of the times when they do a VEC student, somehow they're always kept, or they are kept. It might not apply to somebody watching now, but I'm just saying, but got their jobs like this as a VEC, started as a VEC student, and now they're making it rain. We start going a bit downhill. The most evident jobs or easy jobs you can get: cleaning. Here we call putzen. So it almost feels the same as a student assistant job, right? Because with cleaning jobs you can get between 9 to 12 euros, even 13 euros, even 14 euros an hour. So it just depends, because for me, I don't want to tell you much about my working story because I want to do a whole other video about that. But for me, my first cleaning jobs was under a company. But I used to get 13 euros, 14 euros an hour. Then the thing is, this recruiting company has to take a percentage. So that's why maybe it even went down. Another job you can do is work in the gastronomy world. So you can be a waitress, you can work in the kitchen, you can assist the chef. If you know how to cook, you cannot be a chef just like that. Here it's more difficult than that, but you can assist the chef. So becoming a waitress also depends on if you know the language, because you have to interact with customers. So it's important to know the language. So at least the basics of the language. If you know A2, I know you should be able to work as a waitress. If not, you can work in the kitchen to wash plates, to I don't know, clean the kitchen or stuff like that. Restaurant jobs are they have the cheapest, like they always pay the minimum wage, that's the truth. But in general they are you get between 9 to 11 euros. So the last job in this category is working in a factory or warehouse. Warehouse jobs could be like working in a warehouse for like logistic companies like Amazon, for example, or DPL or DHL or whatnot. I literally just joined German and English. I said whatnot. Vastnok. Yeah, so it's really stressful, I wouldn't lie. So you can expect good money from there. If you're working in the morning and in the afternoon, you should expect like 12 euros an hour, 11 euros an hour. But if you're working in the night, you should expect to like get 15 euros, 16. I just wanted to give you guys some advantages of working as a student. Obviously, it takes a great toll on you. Like working while studying, it's not easy to manage and juggle the two, but you have to make sure your academic I was just about to say academic your academic performance does not drop or become too poor, or you don't miss classes and all of that, because if you do that, like your school will alert the Ausländer and the Immigration Foreigners Office, and in that case it's nice to extend your resident permit or something. So you need to stay on your top game in school even though you're working. So it's not easy, but you have advantages such as the obvious one, you can survive. Like, yes, you come with a blocked account, yes, you come with an affidavit of support, or maybe you come with a scholarship, but when you want to renew your resident permit, you need to show that you still have money to survive for at least a year without depending on any other source of income. So yeah, this is a good way to work and save this money before the time comes. So if you're lucky, you get a resident permit of 2 years or 3 years where you have enough time to save. But if not, you have to work just for like 1 year and be able to save this money. So it's important. Most jobs here, they take into account when you're a student, they work around your timetable. So that they consider that, okay, you're a student, they try to give you a schedule where it's easy to go to school and still work. And so yeah, so they're quite flexible when it comes to that. And for us the Africans, we know we must take care of our family back home. This money is a good will. It's a good way to take care. So yes, those are the advantages you get, but never forget, don't work more than 20 hours a week. Don't work more than 120 full days a year. Don't work more than 240 half days a year. So if any of that is not clear, just comment below and I will clarify it to you very well. To the end of this video guys, and I hope it was helpful. See you in the next videos. Bye.